Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. How are you over there, Leanne?
Oh, doing fantastic today. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's such an honor.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you on. So listen, we're going to talk about a lot of things today. The biggest thing that we're going to talk about is aligning ourselves with our life purpose, our lives. It should be our lives, right?
It's our life's purpose.
Our life
Life, the way we live, right?
the way we live. But when you say our and lives, it should be lives. Anyway, that's a whole. One of my friends would be like, Kim, that we'll talk about that grammatically in a correct manner after the show. Grab your virtual seats, everyone, and get ready to let us know where you're visiting in from. Invite a friend to the studio. If you know that the Kim Jacobs Show is helping in some regard with you being able to get past your circumstances, your situations, whatever is going on that's causing you to not be able to juggle things as smoothly in life here or there, guess what? That's what the purpose of the show is. Leanne's going to provide a missing piece to that puzzle for somebody that's watching today, and I'm super excited about it. So, Leanne, thank you for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to share whatever I can. And like you said, maybe it'll land with somebody. But that's what we try to do here, right? Is just speak what we know, our truths, and hopefully help some person or people. So
well, there you have it. So let's get started with the Kim Jacobs Show. Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Yes, it is the Kim Jacobs Show, and I have with me the wonderful Leanne Jamison, and I would like to introduce her to you so we can get right into today's topic. Make sure you type your questions. If you have questions, she's more than willing to answer them for you. So don't sit there and go throughout the entire broadcast and be like, Doc, I should have asked this question. Go ahead and ask your question and get it answered. Okay, Shannon, thank you so much for referring our guest today. Leanne Jamison is a licensed therapist for 15 years and a mindset and confidence coach for professional women. Her mission in life is to guide, inspire, and empower women to release self-limiting beliefs. We all need that, right? Just as I'm reading it, we just all need that. Self-limiting beliefs that have been holding them back from their big dreams. How big would you dream? Wait until after today, okay? Okay, so that they can embrace their authentic self and align with their life purpose. So welcome, Leanne Jamison.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kim. And as you're reading that, knowing you as the mother dreamer, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, how perfectly aligned, because we are such visionaries, and to be able to finally align with that vision and know that we can get there and that it's possible is such a inspiration, right? You're doing it. And when you get on here every single day, you inspire others to do it. So thank you.
Absolutely. And you as well, you're a mother and a wife as well. Tell us about yourself and some of your background.
Yes, absolutely. So we actually, both my husband and I grew up in Buffalo, right around Buffalo, New York. We have been living in Atlanta, in Georgia, I should say, for 17 years. And we have 3 amazing kiddos. We have a 13-year-old daughter and twin boys that are 7. So yes, twin
boys and a 13-year-old daughter. Okay. Wow.
It is. It's never a dull moment.
That's hilarious. And even just raising twins alone is a whole different topic in itself. So you can definitely speak to that some as well throughout the show. But being a mom of 3, married, transitioning from very, 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 very cold Buffalo to Atlanta. So I know that helped you align your life's purpose a little better.
Oh my goodness, yes. It's funny because my family, all of our family still lives up there. So they're sending us pictures of all the snowfall that happened just yesterday. I'm like, nope, don't miss it one bit.
It is so crazy. I mean, you can go to bed. I used to live in the Syracuse, upstate New York area,
Yes.
and you could go to bed and then like in the morning when you wake up, it's bright light and you're like, wow, it's really sunny today, right? But no, when you go to the door and open the door, it's like a 10 feet of snow that's all the way covering your door and it pours in on you. It's overwhelming.
Oh my gosh, exactly. So it's just, we'll go and visit and that's good.
Right.
We're taking pictures of the snow and I'm outside in 55-degree weather. I'm like, oh, look at me. This is better.
Yes. I'm happier in this warmer environment. So what brought you to the Atlanta area 17 years ago?
Yeah, well, it was actually my husband. So we had met, crazy story. We met right before he went to Iraq. So he's a Marine and retired. And he was coming home. He was living down here with his brother. He came home to get his belongings to move back down. And that's when he got called. And and we just happened to meet while I was working. And, 16
You're doing more than working over there, Leanne.
It was crazy. He went away for 6 months and we wrote, and when he got back, he was like, you want to move to Georgia? I'm like, yeah, why not?
Okay, so you have so many different facets to you already. If already we can see where this could be like 6 different shows, put a 1 in the comments, everybody. You already know that Leanne could come on and talk about raising twins, being a mom of multiple children, 3 children, being a wife, married to somebody in the military, so being a military wife. How did she work her mojo to get this man that she just happened to meet to all of a sudden be her husband later, right? So she has lots of nuggets over there. Wow. Okay, so you say you're a dreamer and you're a visionary. Tell us what gifted you to become that in your life.
Oh my goodness. So I think that my belief is that we all come to the world, with these specific spiritual gifts, our passions. And as we grow, we sort of get conditioned and we go into different areas of what's appropriate and what our life, what our family wants from us, what society wants from us. But where I come in, I've always had this gift of compassion and creating safety and just really, really caring so deeply. And it started with animals, actually. I would bring home all sorts of animals that I found.
When you were a child, your mom and your mom and dad would allow you to just bring animals in?
They didn't have any say. I would just bring them home. They were like, what are you doing? So again, as I look back, I just see all these different things that aligned me to be a therapist. And even in high school, right? The school counselor would bring me in to talk to some of the younger girls when they were having a difficult time. So it just happened to, again, that's my gift and being able to embrace it. And of course, like I said, getting off track and look, I don't even want to say off track. It was just a journey, right? Mm-hmm. It was this journey of, well, how am I going to make this work and align with my big dream? But again, that's a whole nother story. But as far as like my spiritual gifts, really that is what I consider spiritual gifts are our passions or not our spiritual gifts, but like our life's purpose. Our life purpose is really our spiritual gifts and our passions. And it's that intersection.
Okay.
So we can find that, right? And you can really align with that and heal from all of those past messages of what we should be, right? To align with everything that we're supposed to be. So I would say that's my gift, bringing in and lifting other women. That's huge for me. That is so huge.
I can feel that. I can feel that energy through the virtual interview here. So even backstage, and I've never met you until today, but just the whole vibe that you put off, the aura that you possess, you can just kind of feel it seeping through your pores. Yeah. And I know other people can feel it as well. And so that's something, I don't know if you learned that in your psychotherapy training. Where did you learn that? Because you got me, you got me in a trance over here, Leanne. What's going on?
That is one of my gifts, actually, is really loving to connect with other people. I don't know if you've ever, I love the Strengths Finder. So I take all of these different assessments. I have
I do.
Right. So it's like, that's one of my gifts, is just one of my strengths is really loving to connect with other people, genuinely wanting to know more about you and what your passions are and helping you align. And that's how I was as an executive director too. You know, I went that path of corporate. I know that you've been in corporate.
Yes.
Right?
Traveling 5 states and working in pharmaceuticals. And I was like, okay, this is a lot. Having my mom and my mother-in-law fly them with me so I could still nurse at the time. I was like, somebody has to go with me. I can't be away from my family, you know?
Right. So it's like we make it work, and then just being able to look at, wait, is there a different way?
Right.
So that's just been one of my gifts too. And as you know, as a leader as an executive director, that's where my passion was too. I was always wanting to connect personally, even when I had 50 people under me,
Right.
personally with each and every one of them. What's your passion? Why are you here? How can we align that? So being able to use that, what I'm doing now, you know, it just lined right up. So
What have you found to be, at least I know people that are viewers, people that I encounter in life, we all desire to have the greatest outcome in our lives. So nobody's walking through life like, I don't believe I can accomplish something great, but life happens. So what, from your perspective, are you able to share with people to encourage them to get over life's hurdles?
Yes. Well, it really does come from the awareness, right? Bringing a lot of, because 85 to 95% of what we do, how we behave, how we think is completely unconscious. We're not even aware we're doing it. We're just doing it because we've been conditioned to do it. So really taking that deeper dive into increasing your awareness of why you're doing what you're doing.
That's
what
good.
is the purpose? You know, what are my values, and really getting clear on your values too. Are my values aligning with that?
That's really good. So making sure that your values align with what you say it is that your life's purpose is.
Exactly. But what we get hung up on are those conditioned messages from our family. So my biggest, like the why behind what I do, is being able to break the generational patterns and the societal patterns. Because when I look at my family, I see so many lives unlived, right? All these passions, all of these opportunities and wanting for their life, all of these dreams that they just put aside because they thought they had to raise a family, to have a stable job, to have a stable income, right? All of these different things that we just limit ourselves to. It's just like, no, life has to look this way. And, you know, growing up and having a family business, like my great grandmother started a furniture business, and everybody just thought they had to go into that, right? You have to take over the family business. And they just put aside their passions.
Wow.
And I found myself doing the same thing. And I'm like, no, as I'm looking at my daughter, I'm like, we're not doing this. Let's heal this part. So it really is bringing all of that awareness of how we engage in the world, why we do it, and challenging some of that. Like, life does not have to look this way. You don't have to put yourself on the back burner to raise a family. You don't have to climb the corporate ladder if that's not what you're called to do. You know, you can take chances. You can step out in faith and step out in your own faith on yourself too, you know, with that spirit. I believe very much in the spiritual connection too. Like, we're not alone. We have the support of everything that we need. So yeah, just really, challenging some of those societal beliefs, the family beliefs. And again, it's not blaming, it's just getting curious, right? I'm curious of where this belief came from. Why do I feel like, even though I value family, why do I feel like I have to work, 70 hours a week in order to provide, and then I give up my family time, right?
Right. It's all kind of warring thoughts that try to plague you to say, okay, well, can I be great over here and be great over here, or do I need to choose? And how does the choice look? It's so many different factors. That's why I did put the Mother Dreamer page up, because people, if you are mothers and you have goals and dreams, make sure you take a moment to like the Facebook page that we've started with the Mother Dreamer movement. And it's women and mothers that have put their dreams and their goals on the back burner, and you're trying to figure out, how do I manage and juggle both? And so that's the Mother Dreamer movement. And we'll invite you to the private page, and anyone can be a part of the private page, but you have to like the Facebook page first. Okay, let's see. Some of the studio audience comments are coming in too. Let me tell people how they can follow essentially Zenful on, let's see here, right here. So go to Facebook, essentially Zenful, and you will stay connected directly with Leanne Jamison. And this is a Facebook group that she started. Her Facebook page is essentially Zenful, Zenful, for those that are listening on the podcast. Make sure you all stay connected with Leanne. So Leanne, some of the audience members have been typing some comments and questions. Let's see what they're saying here.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Good morning from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Dr. Famble is in the house.
All right. Good morning.
And my mommy's here. She said, good morning, ladies.
Hey, Mom.
Wanda Lewis, is she actually, Wanda, guess what? There's my mug. If you all have not purchased I Watch the Kim Jacobs Show products, and we have mugs and t-shirts now, and Wanda is the one that created them for me. So thank you so much, Wanda. Great job. I appreciate it. She was on the show before. So Wanda Lewis is here visiting today in the studio audience. Great gift. So yay. Let's see. I love giving shout outs. I'm like you, Leanne. I love celebrating people.
Oh my gosh, huge.
I don't think there's any need for competition. I just feel like there's enough room in the world for everybody to use their gifts that God gave them, you know?
Oh, preach. Absolutely.
He said preach.
I am right there with you, where it's like, that's the expansion that we want to step into, right? There, when we're all aligning, there's room for everybody. Everybody brings their unique, beautiful gifts.
Yes.
So cool.
And if you all agree with that, put a 1 in the comments. If you believe that there is room for everyone to use their gifts and their talents, and that God, he doesn't have respect of person. So what he can do for you or someone else, he can do for you. If somebody else is doing some great things, he can actually do those things in your life too. And it doesn't have to be that it takes away from what's happening in their lives. So put a 1 in the comments. I'm gonna put my own 1 because
I was gonna say, can I put my 1 in?
I put my 1 in because I believe that wholeheartedly, and I know that that's the case. So, what is your overall life's mission, Leanne?
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Well, you really looked at or hit on it when it's just really looking at empowering and guiding women to release their self-limiting beliefs, right? And to be able to, just like you're doing with, the mother, oh my gosh,
Mother Dreamer. Mm-hmm.
Mother Dreamer. Thank you. I'm like, I just lost the
word. You are a Mother Dreamer anyway, so definitely like the page, and we'll invite you.
Definitely. Oh my gosh, that movement is beautiful, right? And it's just being able to inspire each other and looking at, so through my professional experience, as a licensed therapist and going through that journey and helping other people, individuals just realize their worth and their abilities and things. And then my personal experience of going through my own healing journey. So putting together this roadmap for everybody within my coaching program to really be able to expand into their biggest dreams, their ideal life vision. Because my belief is that we all, our life is there waiting for us. We get in our own way because of all of the conditioned thinking, but it's just waiting for us to step into it, right? So some of us just need that roadmap and need that guidance and the support and the connection, right? Connection with other amazing women, with each other, and with ourselves, and with that spiritual connection too, of just being able to, what is that align with? But my big mission is to be able to expand that to reach globally. So every woman knows that they can step into their personal power, that they know their own worth and they know their own power. And that's my huge vision is, again, when I'm looking at the generations past, right? My grandparents, my mother, and all the sacrifices that they've made to bring me where I'm at, I feel I'm inspired to shift that so they don't have to suffer like My family did, right? And that's what I'm looking at my daughter and just saying, you know, this, you can have anything,
Anything.
anything. You align with your life's purpose and the world opens up to you. So that's my dream for every generation to come.
So every person needs to identify what their life's purpose is in order for them to live the life that they're destined to live. But the thing is, people need steps on how to identify what their life's purpose is. So aligning is good if we know how to get to that level of alignment. So how do we as viewers, or as my viewers are watching, how do they get to that place?
Right. So there are so many different ways. Of course, there's so many amazing coaches out there too. So I haven't
met Leanne Jamison yet.
I was going to say, I am one of them, right? That mindset and confidence coach. But, you know, you look at all the other inspirations who inspired me and everybody else. So, you know, I think about Jay Shetty, Rachel Hollis. I think about Brene Brown. I think about Glennon Doyle. Like all these different people that are out there talking about living in your life's purpose. So there's a lot that you can do. But what I found, like as far as self-help, right? You can read all the books in the world. What I have found to work though is having somebody like a coach. I have my own coach. I've gone through my own, you know, mentors and, you know, so it's just such a pivotal moment to embrace that. And first of all, invest in yourself. And that's that step into worth too. But to be able to gain clarity is really just, I mean, exploring. There's so many different assessments out there that you can take that help you gain more clarity about, you know, what are those gifts. And like we were talking about before, like the Clifton Strengths Test, like I love that. I love the whole concept behind it because it talks about strengths instead of weaknesses, which is what we're trained to do. Is like, oh, let's look at our weaknesses. And again, executive world, right? The corporate world is let's look at your weaknesses and let's build upon them.
Try to see how we can get those better. How about let's look at our strengths and build upon those?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. So it's really looking at that. That's the gaining clarity on that end, right? Of just like there are assessments to take. But what I have found to be the deeper healing part of it, right? It's really about healing our past. So again, it goes back to what are those belief systems?
That's
what was told as a child, whether it was like inadvertently or inadvertently, like completely in my face, or just like subliminal in how I took it. You know, just watching my mom and my grandmother working like crazy and still, you know, putting themselves on the back burner and just like, you see these messages. It's like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to just give my all to everybody else. And I'm
not to yourself ever. That's just totally out of alignment.
Completely, right? So it's looking at all these little messages. And again, not to blame, but just to get curious and just, do I want to keep this or do I need to release this because it's not serving me? And we all have those experiences through our life that shape us, that mold us. So it's looking at those pivotal moments and really looking at how did that impact me and how do I want to create a new story?
Well, that's interesting that you said that because literally I feel like even though now I have this whole mother dreamer movement, I did do exactly what you're talking about. There were times when I had been offered opportunities in the television industry and I totally just said, no, I can't do that because I'm married and I have a family. At the time, I may not have even had children, but just the fact that I was married and they were wanting me to work in the midnight shift from like whatever time would have been like 11 to 2 a.m. or something. I was like, well, I can't do that. Then I'm married and I have to focus on my husband and all of the opportunities that I know that I've just let pass me by. I did. I just said, you know what? That's not for me. That's not for me because of what phase I'm in my life, right?
Yes, that's
so
limited, right?
I feel like I speak about these things because there are so many women that go through similar things, that we have different phases that we go through and different seasons that we go through in our lives, and we make decisions based on what's best at that moment, right?
Absolutely.
But then as time goes on, you look back and you be like, did I make the right decision? Did I do? And you don't want to question whether you made the right decision or not, because at that time, I believe that it was the right decision at that moment and at that phase and at that season in my life. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Right. And it's looking at those of just like, okay, so this is my journey and this is what I've learned from it.
Right.
Being able to, and that's a mindset. Mindset is so huge too, of just like, can I look at something and learn from it, or do I allow it to hold me back? Right.
Yes, you're preaching, Leanne. Yes. The interesting part is when you talk about like your why. For example, one of my whys, and I have multiple whys, but one of them is that one of my sons passed away, and when he passed away, I feel like he had lived a fantastic life at a short period of time. At only 12 years old, he had traveled to Hawaii, always doing family things. We were like, extremely close knit as a family, inseparable. And so where you saw one of us, you saw all of us. We were always doing things. And so I don't feel like there are any regrets regarding his life and the things that he experienced, because he was like this big personality. He'd see his teachers and he would be like, "Hello, Mr. Weiner." Or I said, his name is Mr. Weiner. He said, I know. Hi, Mr. Weiner. We used to call you Weiner because we didn't know. I was like, don't say that. So the thing is, he had this massive personality, and he was known as Guardian Gabe at his school, Leanne, right?
Oh.
So he was 5'10" and this big giant, but he was the anti-bullying mediator, Gabe. So they called him, he was Gabriel Michael. He is Gabriel Michael Jacobs to me forever, but I'm saying to the community, they knew him as Gabriel Michael Jacobs. So he was known as Guardian Gabe, right?
Oh my gosh.
And so now I hear all of these stories from these children, and they're telling me things that he was my guardian angel. People would bully me, and he made the person that was doing the bullying become my friend. And he would say, let's just reason together. I was like, ah! So one of my whys, Leanne, because you're a psychotherapist, so I'm telling you, is that I don't want any of my other children to not see their mother live my dreams and my goals and lead by example, that what I say is possible, it is possible.
Yes.
So that's why the Mother Dreamer movement is so important to me, because if I say that your dreams can come true, then I want you to see my dreams come true as your mother.
Yes, absolutely. I have chills everywhere. That is so beautiful and amazing. It's so important. It's funny because as a kid, I hear do as I say, not as I do. Right. And I'm like, no, like that never settled with me. I'm like, no. I do as I do.
Right. Why not do what I do instead of having to do only what I'm telling you? You go in there, you do this. It's like, what? You do it. You want me to do it, then why don't you do it?
Exactly. So yes, you being able to identify that, and that's the importance of our why, right? We can have this big dream. What is the reason? It goes back to, what is the purpose for doing that? Why is it so important to you? And because, I'm not going to say it's always easy. And that too. It's just like entrepreneurship, right? There's pros and cons to everything. So being able to remember why you're doing it gives you the motivation. It keeps you going when it's just like, why am I doing this again? Why did I choose to give up my six-figure, this is me, my six-figure corporate job it wasn't horrible, but it's because there's a bigger purpose.
Yes.
That's why.
Well, we're going to talk more with Leanne Jamison about the bigger purpose, and we're going to learn more. Let me do this. You know what? I want to make sure that I take a moment when we're talking about mother dreamers and people that have goals and dreams. One of my friends, I'd like to just take a quick moment, if you all will allow me to do this today. One of my friends, her name is Cherie Jones, and she passed away. And many of you know when this happened, because I put everything up and I told everybody about it. She served as one of my assistants in church, and very faithful, devoted mom. Love you. I mean, like every holiday, everything. She celebrates her family, loves her family with everything within her, right? And so when she passed away, I went to the homegoing service, and, I stepped in and said that her children, they don't have godmom or anything. So I'm technically the godmom, right? And so as the godmom, I just want to take a moment today and celebrate one of her sons. It's his birthday. And I'll just start by showing you this. They have a tradition that every year during the Christmas holidays, now I gotta get my tissue.
Right.
The Christmas holidays, they all would wear matching Christmas outfits, right? And so this year is the first Christmas. It's a lot of firsts this year for their family. And so this year they had their first Christmas celebration, and Cherie is obviously in heaven.
Yeah.
And so they all wore their matching outfits, and you see Cherie up in the corner there. And anyway, so I'm glad that they continued that tradition. But today is Chase's birthday. And so I want to just say happy birthday. This is his first birthday with, his mom being in heaven. And I know she would be celebrating him today. So I just want to make sure that I share a shout out that today is Chase's birthday. And he is actually enjoying music and trying to create music because he's doing some things to try to connect with his life's purpose. And he's playing football. His mom got a chance to see his very first football game his freshman year in high school, but that was the game the week right that she was getting ready to transition home. So today is Chase's birthday, and I am asking everyone that's watching the Kim Jacobs show today if you would please just let me see if I put it in the comments. Did I put it in the comments? Yeah, here it is. Today is Chase's birthday, and so I'm not saying every year I'll do this or anything, but just this is the first. This is the first year that he's being celebrated without his mom celebrating him here on this earth. She's one of his cloud of witnesses, so she's celebrating him from heaven. But I want to represent, you know what? I'll say this too, and I'm gonna go back to the interview. Yeah. How do I say this? Okay. Okay. When my son Gabe transitioned home. Okay, gosh, I'm sorry. I might have to bring Shannon on.
You are good.
When my son Gabe transitioned to heaven, I know he has people up there, my grandma, my great grandmother, and different people to love on him and to support him and to be there with him in heaven. But when Cherie passed away, and she had been already my armor bearer and serving here in the church and helping so diligently with our family, when she transitioned home, I was almost like relieved even further because I felt like she was going to be the armor bearer to my son Gabe in heaven. Okay, I'm not going to completely unravel, but for her to be going to heaven, and now I believe watching over my son Gabe, because she already helped watch over him here, but for her to be in heaven and watching over him, I felt like a relief, like, yes, my armor bearer, my assistant is up in heaven watching over my son. And so the least I can do is help watch over her children here on earth. So I believe, like you said, life's purpose and life alignment happens for a reason. And anyway, I'm just honored to be able to also be here on this earth, because I believe what better person than to help here than who somebody was that was thinking she was helping me in church, and she was just helping me in church, but she didn't know that she was going to be transitioning to heaven, and the person she was helping here from a church perspective, which is me, would end up also being able to help her family.
Yes.
Anyway, okay, I barely could get that out. Let me.
Wow,
God, I gotta come back for another interview. Ladies, I'm ready.
So beautiful. That was so beautiful, Kim.
So please, send a cash app to Quincy Cherie, which is Quincy is the dad and Cherie is the mom. He's gonna make sure that Chase gets all of the cash apps this evening at dinner, and they're going to a special dinner and it'll be presented to him. I'm going to send a cash app as well, or you can send it via Venmo at Quincy-Jones-124. All right, back to the show. Leanne, I think I need to take a commercial break on that, and then we'll come back.
Yes, I'm writing down the Venmo. So
okay, I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back and carry on with the rest of our interview. And wow, today's episode is sponsored by snowlegal.com. Snowlegal.com is an outstanding law firm, and you definitely want to learn more about them. Here's a quick video for you to learn if your services will be something that their services will be something that you can utilize. Check them out.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everybody. So, Leanne, sorry about that. I went a little bit.
No. It all aligns, Kim. It all aligns. And that was beautiful. And I'm
bless you too. I saw you sneeze. Sorry. Happy. God bless you. God bless you. So talk to us about creating next level life purpose coaching program. I know that you have that program, and I would love for people to learn more about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So before I get into that, though, I do want to add on to what you had just talked about, right? And this sort of full circle that happens. And knowing who's supporting us from above, right? And my dad passed away in August of 2019. And that's when I really started my journey. And all throughout my journey, I feel him. I know he's there. I know he's one of my biggest spiritual cheerleaders ever. I hear him all the time. So again, it's just sort of that, miss him terribly, love him, bright, beautiful soul. And again, he lived many unlived lives. He had such big passions and big dreams. So I just love that he's here with me every step of the way, encouraging me and cheering me on. So again, it's just sort of, so I'm going to take it.
And Gabe cheers me on like you can't even imagine. We have a wall called the Signs of Gabriel, and I am not some mystical theory person at all. I strictly believe in the Word of God when it comes to God, divine things happening or whatever. But every year on a set time at a set date, and I'm not making this up, every single year we get some type of thing that happens that we know is a sign from heaven that God is allowing us to have this peace, and we capture it. And it's not something you could ever capture. It's just not. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah. And so if you don't see it, and you're like, what in the world? How is this even possible? How is this stuff happening? Like, I'll show you one picture right here. What is that?
Yes. Is that a circle rainbow? Upside down rainbow.
It's an upside down rainbow. Have you ever seen that before?
No.
And guess what? Actually, that's just one picture, Leanne, but it's literally a smiley face rainbow. My other son, I can't find the picture, but he showed it to me. It had two eyes and a nose.
Get out.
This one here is the one that just has the upside down piece, the lip piece, but it's in our backyard 1 year on the date at the exact same time that my son collapsed in that location in our yard.
Oh my God.
And my sons went out to play a game of basketball to commemorate, because they hadn't played a game of basketball or anything for the entire year. And they went out to play a game in honor of Gabe, and that appeared in the sky.
Oh my gosh.
This is a real picture from our yard in the sky 1 year later. Anyway. Okay.
Oh,
go on. Let's talk about some other life alignment.
Gosh, yeah. And we can talk stories too, because when I was doubting before the time that my dad passed, I remember I just like laid on our back deck, and I was just like looking up at the sky, because we live in the like rural, we live in the mountains of Georgia, and there was a shooting star that went by, and I would say within probably a couple weeks ago, it was a rough time. I was having just like, you have those days. And I'm like, I haven't done this in a while. I went out on our driveway and I laid down. And as soon as I laid down, I saw that shooting star. I was like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right? Those signs. So I'm right there with you. I love that. Oh, I love it.
So we've connected for a reason, Leanne, outside of the Kim Jacobs show, but who knows?
Oh my gosh, completely. So, all right. So,
So back to regularly scheduled programming here on the Kim Jacobs show. Things can take a interesting turn, and you never know what you can expect on the Kim Jacobs show. Okay,
Right?
back with our illustrious guest, Leanne Jamison. Take it away.
Right. So the next level life purpose is really geared towards, I mean, we have a 3-month program, a 6-month program, and I'm gearing up to actually have a 12-month membership because I find that the more support, right, we're all yearning for that support and the guidance, and it takes a while to rewire and to, I don't know, if unraveling, but to heal from some of those conditioned beliefs, right? It's easy to fall back into old thinking patterns and old behaviors and fears and let our fears sort of like wrap us up and throw us back. Because that happened to me for 10 years. I would step into a decade, like step into entrepreneurship. I'm going to do this. And then I would step back out. And I'm like, I don't want anybody else to have to take a decade to do this.
It's like speed the process up. Go ahead and be a part of this membership. How can people join your membership?
Yeah, so they can reach out to me either through Facebook, or I know that I gave Shannon my email address. I also have a website. It's easyliving.space. So it is www.easy, just the easy, and then living.
All of this up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Beautiful. Yes. Easyliving.space. And that's my website.
Okay. I'm going to pop all of this on the screen. If it looks like I'm straining to see it, it's because I was crying so much that my vision is a little blurred. So I'm like leaning in like that. Where's my glasses? Give me 1 second here. I just got to put the glasses on for 1 minute because
you do what you need to, girl.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. I think I need to not be in denial. Let me put these little glasses on first. Give me a second. Okay. All right. And my mom said, Kim, please don't put the glasses down to your nose like that. Okay. Mom. I'm getting chastised here on the show. Let's see. It's Easy Living Space, easyliving.space / right?
Yes. Thank you. Absolutely.
So let's say that again for everyone that's listening as well on iHeartRadio and iTunes and different places is www.easyliving.space / is how you can go to the website to learn more about the coaching program that Leanne offers, as well as if you would like to send her an email, you can email her at essentially Zenful, Zenful @gmail.com. And if anyone does not like my non-stylish glasses, my mom said, Kim, we have to upgrade your glasses. I don't wear glasses because I don't need glasses, right? But I only need them for reading or when I cry on the Kim Jacobs show and then I can't see because my eyeballs are blurred. Okay. So if you all think I need more stylish glasses, put a 2 in the comments. And if you're going to buy me something, put a 3 in the comments. Because I don't have any stylish glasses. Sorry. All right. Make sure you guys join the program. And you say you have it broken down as 3, 6, and 9 months?
Well, there's a 3 and a 6, and we're about to gear up for a 12-month program. So right now we have a 3 and a 6-month program. And again, it takes you through gaining more clarity on your life's purpose. So different assessments, but it's really peeling back like the belief systems that have kept you stuck and will continue to keep you stuck if you don't look at them, right? So it's really about healing that past, healing those conditioned beliefs so that you can really connect with yourself, connect with other people, have this deeper connection with the universe, with your higher power, that spiritual connection, and do so and move forward in a very compassionate way, right? So there's really 6 elements of the entire program, whatever module you use, of just, we always go back to celebrations, right? We go back to clarity, celebrations, connection, compassion, awareness, right?
Wait, we want to capture some of these. So Shannon, I know she's back there trying to type. She's like, slow down. Okay. So say what the different 6 components are that people can expect to learn.
Absolutely. So gaining more clarity. There's always this component of clarity, no matter how far along you are in the program and you get stuck again, right? Because we do. where we just we can, again, get back in that pattern. So it's helping you gain the clarity, being able to gain the awareness of when you're, when you're stuck in that conditioned self. We call it the conditioned self and the authentic self, right? Stuck in those conditioned beliefs, the limiting beliefs, the beliefs that weigh you down. So it's clarity, consciousness or awareness, connection, right? Compassion, courage, and celebration. So there are specific steps that we take all throughout the program. And it's a very interactive, I'm there with you every single week, guiding you and having, we have these groups, these beautiful groups where all of these amazing women connect with each other every single week. And I'm there with them, guiding them. That's my professional experience, right? And being able to bring that aspect of healing as a psychotherapist to help maneuver around all of these different aspects.
So just so we go back over them, if you also want to stay connected with Leanne on Instagram as well, she's everywhere with essentially Zenful. So you can reach out to her in whether it's DM, whether it's Facebook, wherever at essentially Zenful, and you'll be able to stay connected with her. And then also the things that you'll learn in the program, you'll be able to gain clarity. You'll be able to learn how to gain awareness. You'll also be able to learn how to stay connected, if I'm not mistaken, right? And if I say something wrong, please, learning compassion and some of the things associated with that. And then ultimately celebration as well.
Yes, absolutely. We need to celebrate each other. We need to celebrate our gains, our wins, our progress every single day, because we have that conditioned part of us that wants to be like, oh, that wasn't a big deal. It's like, no, you did. You spoke up. You spoke your truth. That's a huge deal.
That's right.
Said, no, I'm gonna take this. Even in one of my blogs, I was talking about, it's like, I finally did it. I finally locked the door while I was taking a bath. Like, that was a win for me. I'm like, I'm taking time for myself. And and people will be like, oh, that's nothing. It's like, no, that's a celebration, because that's
huge.
Right?
Every time I go to the bathroom, and I have teenagers now, I have like 12 up to 23 and those are my kids. And it never fails. And when I go to the bathroom and I'm like, okay, nobody bothers me that much, like talking about it, right? So I'm in my moment and I'm in my own private space. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. How did somebody hear the fan? What happened? Something went horribly wrong that the family, like not just one person, usually it's like one person has a question, somebody else is asking a question over their shoulder. I'm like, you know what? Can I just just give me 2 minutes? Two.
Yes. Just two. So yes, that's a celebration when you're like, I locked the door. Yes.
That's funny. That's funny. I have to really try to go hard and not make sure that I don't cry during these episodes, because once I cry, it's like everything's blurred over here. So I cannot see it. No matter how much I'm trying to focus, I have to keep glasses on. Sorry.
Oh, just accept the glasses, accept where you're at, and
and call it a day, right? And celebrate it.
This is where we're supposed to be right now, right here.
My new phase of life. So does anyone have any questions for our guest today? If you have questions, make sure you pop them in the comment section and I'll be happy to pull your comment up. I see you promoting something, FX Tina. So definitely anybody that's interested in learning more, anybody that's interested in learning more about the Bitcoin training and trading and things, you can reach out to FX Tina is what they're saying. And Geraldine, I see you. That's my aunt. She just recently had a birthday as well. Happy birthday to you. Good morning. Anybody have questions? Please type your questions or your comments, anything that you learned as a takeaway point today. You also are an author as well, Leanne. So tell us about your book.
Well, I am not. Okay, well, I guess I can embrace the fact that I'm an author. Yes, I am in the middle of writing a book. Okay, I
was going to say, what? I thought, what were you holding when you were on the picture?
Oh my gosh, no, that is like one of my inspirations. Like that was Brene Brown's. I wish, right?
Oh, okay. I was like, what is that picture? Whose book is that?
That's Brene Brown's. was like, oh, I didn't realize I told you about that book that I'm writing.
That's funny. Okay, so the point is you're in the process of writing a book now.
I am.
And what's the thrust without giving it fully away?
No, again, it's more about just the ongoing struggles and then the celebrations of aligning, right? So it's more of just this journey. It's my personal journey.
Okay, good. So it's like a memoir type of thing.
Yes,
And it's going to take us on a journey through your life. Now, what about people that are stuck? They are not where you are or where I may feel like I am in life, and they're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. It's like you're speaking a foreign language to me. To talk about aligning and life's purpose. I'm here in the projects. I'm struggling. I'm not there.
Right.
How do you help that person get their mind there?
Right, absolutely. Well, I think it's really important to first identify the resources, because again, it's going to be hard to imagine the expansiveness of I don't have to live like this when you are living day to day, right? And you're just in that survival mode. So being able to align them with the resources, alignment is like my big word. I don't know why it just comes to me, but just being able to connect them with the resources and to give them that inspiration. Like I remember when I was in the Girls and Boys Club as a mentor, and that's like one of the resources to help younger kids too know there are people out there. There are ways that you don't have to give up your dreams. So I think, being able to connect them when they're young, but say for people that are in their adulthood is being able to connect them with the different resources around them so that they can get out of that survival mode and be able to see that there is something different out there, that they don't, again, it's all about, you don't have to live this path and be like that, feel that you're destined to live. And especially when it's limited, right? That's what we're looking at. It's when we're so limited, when we're told what we can and cannot do by society or just by family patterns. So reaching out to, there's so many different mentors. I wish I had some, but they have different like programs that are free to people. And if I can,
that's really good. I understand. And it's not to put you on the spot, but it's just to hear your languaging of it. And it's perfect how you're saying that no matter what resources are available at whatever level is what I think I'm taking away from you is that whatever level you're in life, whether it's that you're in low income situation or you're a multi-billionaire, there's something that we can always learn from others. So seeking out the mentors and if it's a free resource or if you have to pay because you can't afford to pay, then connecting with coaches that can help you be your more authentic self and being able to align with your purpose.
Right. And release all the limitations, right? And know that there is something different out there, right? You're not stuck. You're never stuck unless it's up here.
Now, was there ever a time in your life, Leanne, that you felt that you were stuck, and what did you do to get past it yourself personally?
Right. Yeah. So I did feel stuck. I kept on, and maybe this is a little bit of a different, experience, but I felt stuck no matter what promotions I got, no matter how high I climbed in the corporate ladder, I always felt like there was a lack of fulfillment. There was something off. There was something different, right? There was something more out there, right? There's just so many limitations and then I felt horrible because I'm like, I have this great life. I am making good money. Everybody's happy.
Like ungrateful almost, right? Don't you feel like, why do I feel like this? This is a great life, right?
Exactly. So I was really depressed because again, it was just like, I just felt like, you're being so ungrateful. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why are you thinking this way? Until I realized, and it was through my own journey, my healing journey of looking at all of the different choices that I've made that came from patterns that weren't necessarily mine, right? They were brought on to me, the shame that was, carried on through generations. And so all of these limitations. So being able to really look at that, explore it, and really dig into and challenge my mindset while also taking courageous actions, right? So I had the help of a therapist. I did have the help of a mentor. I invested in a coach, right? And that's where it really took off for me. Is it's like, just being able to do my own self exploration with my, with the guidance.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was really sad. I mean, it was impacting my marriage. It was impacting me and the way I thought about myself. It was impacting my kids. I mean, again, you think about the ripple effect. So yeah, it was a really scary, dark place for quite some time. I struggled for a couple of years just trying to figure out, because I thought, well, if I just, and again, I was getting, promotions. And I'm like, well, maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. And then I would find myself in the same space. And I'm like, what's wrong with me?
Because you're not being fulfilled. And that happened. I mean, I don't know if it happens to everyone. And if this has ever happened to you all, you can definitely put a 3 in the comments and let us know that this has happened to you too, that you get this feeling that you're like, something's missing. I don't know what it is, but something is not right in this particular space and what I'm dealing with, what I'm going through. And until you come in alignment with what it is that God would have you to do, or whomever your higher power is, but until you come into alignment with that, it's just kind of like out of sync,
Yes. And just sort of searching, this endless searching. And it's, so.
But once it happens and once it pops, Leanne, isn't life, oh, then you get to be like, if you could sing, it's like, sing that right there, that too.
It's like this higher vibration where you're just like, oh my gosh, life can be like this. What? This is what it is.
And then it's like, life is just, I don't know, it's just better, because then you feel like, this is what you meant, God. This is what you had for me. This is what you mean to tell me I've been living beneath my privileges, beneath my existence.
Yes.
Oh
my gosh, yes. And just like how the other aspect, when you're like dimming your light, when you're living below, that how that can ripple out. I have seen the opposite effect too, where it was like we were struggling in our marriage, and now it's like my husband actually stepped into his dream and he created his own business. So it's like, and
everybody's living their life's purpose.
It's so amazing.
It's like, yes, I love you more, and I love you. No, you pursue your dreams. I got you. I am enjoying supporting you.
Yes, and that's the way that we were meant to live, in love and joy and compassion and connection, right? Yes. So it's just a super cool thing.
I could laugh with you all day. I don't know what it is about you, but it's just something that is just like, I could lean back in my chair. Well, I was going to lean back in my chair, and then I realized my shirt looked like I have Medea breast over here. So I said, well, okay, I think I'll just sit up today instead of laying all the way back in my seat. They'd be like, whoa, Kim, we didn't know you had all of that going on. I'm like, I didn't either. Okay, let me stay focused. I have been all over the place today. I know.
I love it.
Like, you have got to get this together. Rein it in, baby. Rein it in. Okay.
This is you at your most authentic, right? You have given us a gift. You have given us the gift of you. So I am honored, and I am so grateful that I was here.
That's so funny. I promise you, not every guest experiences what you've experienced today. It's definitely way too authentic. Okay. So make sure you guys subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show if you haven't done so. And like you said, be honest and transparent. Guess what, guys? I am only, come on, Kim, Shannon, tell me, what is it? 30 something people. The Kim Jacobs Show, we have 8 different platforms. So it airs on all different platforms and on different iHeart, blah, 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 all of these different platforms. So wherever you're watching is where you're watching, but that's not just where everybody's watching or hearing it, right? Yeah. But on YouTube, 36 people away, I think, from being able to have 1,000 subscribers.
Oh,
so maybe your authentic voice could tell them to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and maybe they'll do it. 36 people.
Oh, 36s. Come on, guys. Come on. We have got to make this a dream, a reality. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Go subscribe, you guys, to the YouTube
Yes.
channel. Turn on your notifications. And every time we go live, guess what? You're going to be right here in the studio audience because you'll get notified that we are live. And I'm super excited about it. And if you want to purchase merchandise, we do have merchandise now saying, I watched the Kim Jacobs show. And I'm getting merchandise this week for the Mother Dreamers. And it says, I am a Mother Dreamer and mugs. Oh, I'm so excited about that.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. What a
So I'm
beautiful.
just geeked up all the way around. And if you ever want to support the Kim Jacobs show, and again, I would hope you want to support the Kim Jacobs show, because if you're looking to get beyond your circumstances and your situations and dealing with some of the things that's happening in your life, and you want to have that come right through a person that you can approach and that's tangible, you can, it's not, I'm not just where it's like, oh, she's so far off that you can't text me or call me or email me and share different things. Cash App, so I can do this every single day as my real living with my team. I have all kinds of people that help make the Kim Jacobs show possible. So when you Cash App, it keeps the whole thing rolling and providing you with a wonderful experience, like Leanne Jamison today, you know?
Yes. Oh my gosh. And just your spirit. Come on now. We need more of you.
No, we need more of you. So let's go. Let's see here. How do you stay connected with Leanne? You're going to go to her Instagram, essentially Zenful. Make sure you go to Instagram, essentially Zenful, and her website is easyliving.space/easyliving.space/. And I saw on Facebook as well. Let me give you the email. The email is critically important. You do respond directly to people when they...
I do. Yep. That's me. That's me. It doesn't go to some automation or anything. That is me.
Excellent. Essentially Zenful@gmail.com. She's willing to, you might want to find out what her coaching services are so that you can get into the program and be able to elevate your life. And you never know, reach out, talk, find out what she's willing to do to be able to consider you being a client of hers. So reach out to her, essentially Zenful@gmail.com. Make sure you take a moment to reach out to her. And remember that today's episode was sponsored by Snow Legal, because I think I was crying through that. So I want to say that again. Snowlegal.com. Their phone number is 704-358-0026 or info@snowlegal.com. info@snowlegal.com. And make sure you let them know that the Kim Jacobs show did send you their way. Okay. All right. Any last comments or questions, things you want to share?
For me, just lots of gratitude for being here. So thank you so much, Kim. And thank you, Shannon, for connecting us wherever Shannon is. You're on mute.
I know. I'm trying to tell my children to cut something. They're blending something. My one son, he's producing a product, right? And they're back there blending and blending. I'm like, they know I have a show, right? But I'm the balance doctor. So you guys, I tried to do like this and say, please cut that off, right? But then nobody cut it off because they can't hear me. This has been literally an off the chain episode today. If you feel like it was a good episode in spite of all that happened, please put a high five, give a high five in the comment section. Okay, let me put a 5. I enjoyed today's episode. I think you brought this out of me, Leanne.
Oh,
that's what it is. So high five to you.
Yes, girl. Being our authentic selves. We're good.
I had a great time with you. Let's go to let you guys know that tomorrow we have a great lineup all week. If you enjoyed Leanne, oh my gosh, you're going to just have even so much. I don't even want to say much more fun, because you can't have more fun than Leanne, but it's just going to be additional fun. That's what I would say. Yeah, let's say that. Because it's not going to be more fun. It's going to be additional fun.
The continuation of fun.
So tomorrow we have Dorothy Roberts, who's going to be our guest. She's the owner of Robin's Nest in the Past. And many of you may know her sister is Robin Roberts from Good Morning America. So she will be on. She has beautiful sisters and brother, and you'll hear about her dad. And most importantly, you'll get to hear about her Robin's Nest in the Past store. And it's going to be a great episode. So make sure you tune in tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. for that episode. And then on Wednesday, I don't know if you've ever heard of the first family of motivation. Les Brown, international motivational speaker, world-renowned speaker, his daughter, Serena Brown Travis, is going to be on here. And she's talking about positive words only.
Oh.
And it's going to be, oh my gosh. You all think you love Les, right? You don't understand. His seeds, as you would say, are incredibly inspiring. All of his children are incredibly inspiring. So this is one of them, and she's going to be dropping some serious knowledge on Wednesday. And on Thursday, we have Kara Dixon, and she's a news anchor, news reporter, and you're going to be in for a treat because she's going to be talking about the reporter reporting. So she's actually going to be reporting on some things right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. And as you can see, she's a beauty, and we're going to have a great time with her. And then we have Freestyle Friday coming up, which we have all of our different experts that want to pop in that day to talk about things from fashion, health, wellness, you name it. It goes down here on the Kim Jacobs Show on Freestyle Friday. But y'all, please remember that today is Chase's birthday. And I'm encouraging you all to send that Cash App. He said he's the mean one. He's not mean at all. He's a sweetheart. So I guess they have different Grinch names. But today is his birthday. And again, he's my friend Cherie's son. And I'd love for us to just surprise him when they go to dinner this evening to receive a Cash App from anybody that just wanted to be a blessing to him today. All right. Leanne, you are amazing.
So are you. It takes one to know one, Kim.
I enjoyed myself. Tell us about that picture real quick before we close out. That picture back there.
This one right here. Yeah. So this was actually created by, this was painted by one of my past clients many years ago, probably 10 years ago. And what this means to her is to remember to be perfectly imperfect. That she is imperfectly perfect in God's eyes, right? She was created. Yes. So,
oh my goodness. So being perfectly imperfect.
Just the way you are. Beautiful the way you are. Uniquely made.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So that right there sums it up. We're all perfectly imperfect, but let's embrace it and know that we're great enough just the way we are.
We're perfect in his eyes, right?
Oh my gosh. And I can't wait to get off the show to figure out, what that is. Can you hear it?
I can't hear it.
Oh, so thank goodness. It might be my daughter's machine. One of my children, well, 3 of my children have cystic fibrosis, and they have a machine and it vibrates. But if the door is open and it sounds like a vacuum going like, so, they're all warriors. So it's not like you said, it's not any, it stopped. Yes. And so I was screaming in the mic. I'm like, hello. This has been a comedy show, a sad show, all kind of stuff today.
An all show.
Yeah, you are amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today. Stay backstage. I'd like to talk to you a little bit more. Absolutely. And thank you all so much for watching today's episode. Thank you, Shannon, for inviting Leanne on today. All right, everybody, stay connected with the Kim Jacobs Show, and I'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m.